Central Division title. And they will pour out of the field, clinching the division title tonight in Minneapolis.
Tigers are a classy bunch. They will not celebrate a lot on the field here of the Minnesota Twins, but when they get back in that clubhouse, they will party like no other party.
Who would have thought, now the night in which the Tigers clinched, they had to defeat Minnesota because Cleveland won. They would get a run in the first inning, and that would be it for the rest of the game. It held up behind Max Scherzer in the bullpen. And the Tigers, a joyous bunch right now, celebrating 3 consecutive Central Division titles. And as Jim Leland likes to say, Rod, it's not easy winning games at the major league level, but they found a way to do it tonight.
When the Tigers assembled in Lakeland, Florida at the middle of February, they were the hunted right away. They weren't the hunters. They were the hunted because every expert in the country picked them as the best team in baseball to get back to the World Series.
And the Tigers do it here tonight in Minneapolis, clinching the Central Division. And right now we'll send it down to John Keating, standing by with Torrey Hunter.
All right, thanks, Mark. We got a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. They want to make sure that they've got exactly on what they should have as they celebrate this. This is why you came to be a Tiger. Describe the feeling.
Man, it's a great feeling, man. We've been fighting this all week, and Cleveland's been playing great baseball. You know, we came through with 1 run. We shut them down. We came ready to play. I'm pretty sure Minnesota Twins came ready to play. They didn't want us to celebrate in their field, but we're doing it.
Was it wearing on the team because you were so close to clinching?
It wasn't wearing on the team. I mean, we got some guys, like I always say, veteran presence. We don't worry about too much. We go out and we do our thing. We know the game of baseball is tough, but we go out and we be patient, and next thing you know, this is going to happen.
There was a moment in the dugout where you convened a huddle. What was going on there, and what was happening post-game just a moment ago?
We only had 1 run, so I was trying to get a rally going because you never know. Run just ain't going to cut it. So I said, hey, let's go. Let's try to get a huddle going, get something going. Just change it up a little bit because it was just every inning, it was just going through the motion.
Turns out the run was the only one that you needed tonight.
How about that? That 1 run. I mean, that's the good pitchers do. We came through the win. All that matters is that W. And we Central Division champs, baby. Michigan, be ready for us, boy.
There's Torrey Hunter. We've got much more post-game reaction as we continue. Let's see if we can get Joaquin Benoit, who's closed probably the biggest game of his career. Hey, congratulations. We weren't sure that you were even going to pitch tonight. When did you know that you had a chance to pitch in tonight's game?
In ninth when I got a call.
But did you tell Jim that you wanted to go? You'd pitched the last couple of nights.
I mean, it's all or nothing. Right now, we're trying to clinch the division, and finally we did it. So it was a hell of a game, and everybody has to contribute.
This closer thing is new to you. How good did that feel?
Great. It's probably the most minimum save that I have the whole season.
All right, so you'll get to Miami, and at what point will it sort of sink in that you guys have won a division championship for 3 consecutive years?
What can I say? It's a relief that we finally did it, and from now on, we're just gonna concentrate on what's coming next.
I don't even know why I'm asking the question. You're not thinking about Miami. You're thinking about the clubhouse and the party that awaits. Beat it. Scram. Get in there and have some fun in the clubhouse. There's Joaquin Benoit about to join all of his teammates in a celebratory Tigers clubhouse here at Target Field. Let's go to Mickey York in our Call Sam studios. Mick, it's you.
All right, John, thank you very much. Joined by Craig Monroe as well, as we will keep you looking at the images live from Minnesota. You see the guys strapping on the goggles, getting ready for the champagne that's about to be sprayed. Craig Monroe, you have been there. You've been a part of those celebrations going back to 2006. Give us a sense of what that feeling is like after accomplishing one of their big to-dos on their to-do list this season.
Chapter 1's done,
Yeah.
Nick. This is everything. I mean, what the guys are feeling right now stems back to the offseason, guys working hard, preparing for a day like today, and also the grind that they went on in spring training. This is when it pays dividends right now, to when you get the pop what they're about to do right now. Doesn't get any better than that, Nick.
No, and, you know, it was a grind tonight. They got that one run early in the game, and you're thinking, okay, here we go with Scherzer on the mound. They'll just cruise to the victory tonight, but that was hardly the case.
No, that was definitely not the case. Well, you knew the Minnesota Twins wouldn't go away quietly. They were going to make some noise. They battled the Tiger team these first 2 games, and they're playing for pride. They're playing for opportunities next year, so you knew it wouldn't be easy, but the Tigers were able to prevail. They were able to, the bullpen was able to come in and do a job, which they wasn't able to do yesterday. That's why baseball is a fun and crazy game.
You know what? It started, I think, back in 2006 with you guys. I remember Jason Gurley with the windshield wiper goggles. And before that, though, goggles weren't a big thing in the postseason celebration. So, yay or nay on the goggles? Were you a goggle guy in these
No,
things?
I'm a nay guy because you know what? You want it to burn a little bit because it's such a good feeling.
It's a sweet sting.
It's a sweet sting. It's okay for it to sting a little bit.
But I gotta tell you, we still got work to do. But right now, we're gonna enjoy this, baby.
It's celebrating moments like these. Of course, Torrey Hunter new to the Tigers celebrations in particular, and he's brought a little bit of that football mentality into that clubhouse with 3 college football playing sons. He's breaking them down out there. He's gathering them in huddles to pump them up. And what can you say about the contributions that guy's had? Oh, we'll get to that in just a moment. Well, let's get you to John Keating, who's made his way inside the Tigers clubhouse. John?
All right, thanks, Mick. We're about to be joined by Prince Fielder, I think, who is well goggled. This never gets old, does it?
This is awesome. Yeah, man. Jaden, hey, man, I love you. Wow.
So the goggles didn't keep it all out. Some of it got in. Describe the feeling. Three consecutive division titles for your team.
You know, you really, every day, you know, you play hard. Like I said, whenever you can win like this, it's always a good feeling. Yeah, man.
Go back in there if you can. Ryan Pena. Come here. For sure. All right, we just talked to Torrey Hunter. This is one of the reasons why he came over. You're getting a chance to go to the playoffs.
I mean, there's nothing better than this, man. Just great feeling. I mean, these guys, man, they deserve all the credit. They did a great job for us, and you know, we're just proud to represent the Detroit fans, you know, and we just so thrilled, and it's an honor. I'm very blessed to be here, and so excited.
How tense was the dugout in a 1-0 game with as much as there was on the line?
Well, even though we know what we got, there is nothing secure until you got 27 out. But we believe in our club. We believe in what we got, and thank God we made it.
Is this everything that you thought it would be, this kind of champagne celebration with this group of guys?
I think this is bigger. You know, this is bigger. I think, you know, my family and I was so happy and so thankful to the organization to give me the opportunity to be part of history.
All right, put your goggles back on. Let's go over to Rod Allen, who's with Austin Jackson. Rod?
All right, thank you very much, John. Austin, it never gets old, does it? How about the feeling that you have right now?
Oh, man, this is awesome. I mean, I can definitely get used to this. You know, we came out and it was a tough one today. You know, Max, he kept us in the game the whole game.
Hey, but how do you feel going into the postseason once again? I know it's some unfinished business around here. When you guys assembled down in Lakeland, Florida in February, you guys knew you had a good team. You knew you had a team that could win the World Series.
We definitely knew that, but we knew we had a challenge ahead of us, and we knew that, you know, if we just come together and play the way we're capable of playing, we're a tough team to beat.
What does it say about your leader, Miguel Cabrera, going out there for about 2 months, could barely walk, but yet he went out there every single day for you guys? What does that mean to you as a team?
It means a lot, man. When you see, you know, the MVP Triple Crown winner going out there and busting his tail each and every day and giving it all he has, I mean, you have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and that just motivates you.
All right, enjoy yourself. All right, speaking of the leader, Keys is over there with Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, we are. And Miguel Cabrera is enjoying himself. Congratulations on the party. We got to make sure that it's you besides the behind the dark glasses there. There's the look. There's the smile that we've been looking for. Can you put into words this feeling?
Oh man, we're waiting for this whole season. It's what we go spring training. It's what we go in the whole season to get better, to win the division. We in the playoffs again. Also, we can get healthy in the playoffs and bring another championship to Detroit.
It's tough to play with the expectations that your team had all season long, and to go ahead and win a division title really speaks to the character of the guys in this room.
Yeah, but we don't need to listen to expectations. We don't need to live with expectations. We gotta play naive every day, and it's what we did. Go out there and try to play 100% every night, and see we win the division again.
Does it seem like 5 years ago the season started in this ballpark against that team? It was cold. Remember when the season started?
It was very cold.
And here we are, and you got your goal. Congratulations on a terrific season. We know you've been playing through a lot.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to a couple of days off in Miami?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna talk to Skip. Let's see what decision they're gonna make. Hopefully, I can get like 10, 12 back in Miami and be ready for the playoff.
All right, we know you're off tomorrow. Enjoy the day off, and congratulations. All right, Rod Allen's got Justin Verlander. Rod.
Yes, I do. I do have Justin Verlander. Justin, it never gets old. How do you feel going back to the postseason once again?
It never gets old. What an experience. It's a relief. What a battle all year it is. It's a grind, and we got a great ball club, and I don't know if you heard us right after the game, but our job's not done. We want to win it all. We got a taste last year. We want to win it all. So it's time to celebrate now, but we got to put our game face on tomorrow too.
How do you feel about going into the postseason again? Obviously, you've been there before. You've got a great team. When you assembled in Florida, you knew there was some unfinished business. You guys truly feel like you're the team to beat this year, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I think you have to approach it that way. I know we're extremely talented. We got one of the best pitching staffs in the league. We got one of the best lineups.
All right, finish the question. All right, you're good. Hey, talk about your season for a minute. I know it didn't go as planned, but at the end of the day, the numbers aren't bad at all. You're going back to the postseason, but it looks like you're pitching better right now than you really have all year.
Yeah, thanks.
Just talk.
I feel like I started to find it here towards the end of the season. That was my goal, to get it before the postseason, and, hey, we can turn it all around in the postseason.
Thank you very much, Justin.
Yeah.
All right, Rod, thanks. We're with Doug Fister, and look at the camera atop the helmet. Tell me about this.
Well, I went ahead and got the camera. It's a memorable time that we want to share together, be able to record it for everybody. I couldn't find the head strap in the close time that I needed, but, hopefully it turns out.
This is one of these very cool GoPro cameras, so we're all on right now, so all of this stuff.
So as long as I programmed it right, we're on. So
we know you to be a fairly level-headed guy, but no one is attacking champagne bottles more than you. You've got this down.
I'm keeping every cork in my back pocket. We've had a couple years of practice now. We want to keep continuing, taking a little bit of time right now, and we're having some fun.
Well, even though you've had this experience before, it doesn't get old, right? This is as good as any other experience, any one of these experiences you've had.
We keep adding these things on, and this is something, again, nobody can take away from us. We've spent, a few years together now and enjoying our company, but, we're playing well together, and we're a team. And I think that's the biggest thing for us is going into this postseason. We're going to play together, play hard every day.
All right, and now you've clinched the division title. Look ahead to the postseason a little bit. Do you care who you meet in the first round?
In order for us to be the best, and that's our goal, we got to beat the best. So, at this point, it's a matter of, whoever's in front of us, we got to play and play hard and finish it as possible, all right, the right way we can.
Thanks, Doug. I've got Max Scherzer right here.
Now you win.
Well, I had Max Scherzer. All right. Don Kelly is with Rod. Rod?
Hey, thank you very much, John. Hey, Don, it never gets old getting back to the postseason. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, 3 years in a row, and just this group of guys, you can see how much fun we're having. We've had fun all year, and just looking forward to the playoffs.
It seems like you have a team of guys that really check their egos at the door. You got a lot of superstars. You have some role players as yourself that do that all year. What does it mean to have a guy like Jim Leland that gets you guys regular playing time?
Oh, it's awesome to go out there and compete.
What does it mean to have a manager like Jim Leland that trusts in all his players to give you guys every opportunity?
That's what it's all about. You know, you see guys stepping up. Santiago stepped up this last month and a half, just going in there, competing, getting the job done. And everybody on the team has done it. It's a lot of fun. Everybody comes together, and it's a great group.
Enjoy yourself, Don.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, Keats.
All right, I'm with the winning pitcher. and probably the centerpiece of the celebration of the Tigers clubhouse, Max Scherzer, who ended up having All right, first, as we begin, the blue and the brown goggles live. That's a part of it.
That's
right?
a staple now.
Absolutely. All right, that is absolutely classic. All right, talk about your night tonight against the... There is your Major League All-Star Game starter right there, acting like he's 6. All right, so they're not done with us. So you get the start against the Twins, and the first inning is not Scherzer-like. Take me through what was going on out there.
For me, I was just battling my control. It's not like me to have the loose feeling on my fastball and my off-speed pitches. And I just made some big pitches there in the first inning to be able to get through it. Was able to settle down and never quite had it. I mean, 6 walks was my worst best start of the year. But I found a way to get out of it in all those innings, and credit to Smiley and Varys and Benoit to shut the door to throw a shutout, and Torrey to get the big hit in the first inning. That's all we needed.
Did Jeff Jones come out and...
Here we go again.
Did Jeff Jones come out and change anything in particular to sort of settle you down or tweak what was going on?
My hands weren't in rhythm tonight. I was working side to side the whole night. I just never found good mechanics tonight. But given that, I thought I made big pitches when I needed to. Generate some strikeouts with men on base, and because I was able to keep them to no runs through 7 innings. And it's just fun whenever you have a chance to do this.
All right, I don't have to tell you. Go back in there and have some fun. Congratulations.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
All right, Rod's got Rick Porcello. Rod.
All right, thank you very much, Keith. Hey, Rick, how about your year? I mean, you come to spring training this year. You were in a battle for that 5th spot in the rotation. You seized that position. You went on to have a great year. Talk about your season overall and how much fun it is for you once again to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a team effort. Just try to do my part. Just try and go out there every 5th day and give us a chance to win. And this was a team effort all year, and we everybody pulled together and did a great job.
What's up? You're not even wearing here. Where's your champagne at?
This is all.
Hey, but I mean, there's a lot of talk. I mean, and you just said it. You're not a selfish player. You've never been that since you've come to the big leagues. There's a chance you might pitch out of the bullpen in the postseason now. Are you prepared to do that for the 2nd year in a row?
Absolutely. I'll do whatever Skipper asks me to do, and whatever the team needs.
All right, Rick. Thank you very much.
Jose. All right, Rod, with Jose Iglesias, who came over from the Red Sox at the trading deadline. And you came over just for that feeling. I mean, the Red Sox are going to the playoffs, too, but you knew this team had the potential to be there as well.
Unbelievable time, unbelievable group. Fun to be here,
All right, so you get a chance to play in the 9th inning. It had to feel like forever ago that you got a chance to play.
I mean, no, I'm back. That's a great thing, and big win for us today. And I'm really blessed to be here.
Were you nervous in the dugout when the game 1-0 with as much on the line, Cleveland winning earlier tonight?
I mean, absolutely. We want to be right here and continue to work and be in a good position to try to win the whole thing.
Well, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Jose Iglesias, welcome back to him. Drew Smiley, come here, Drew. he came out and got two huge outs in the 8th inning tonight. When a starter is going through what Max was going through tonight, even though he had some bumps along the way, but he kept the Twins off the board, how much pressure is there for you coming into that game?
You just want to lock it down. You know, we wanted to win it tonight. We didn't want to go to Miami not having clinch. So, you know, take it like a playoff game, and there's no going back. You know, you just got to get the outs.
Can you describe the sense of relief once you leave the game to see it end as it did with Benoit getting the final?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows it's locked down when Benoit comes in. So, you know, I got those 2 outs, and then Benoit closed it out, you know. So, I mean, it's fun. You know, 1-0 win, no other way to do it.
You're relatively new to this. This never gets old.
Nah, I got a taste of it last year, and this year it's even sweeter. We're looking forward to going back.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Drew Smiley, 2 huge outs, and the Tigers win here in Minnesota to clinch their 3rd consecutive Central Division title. All right, we're going to take a big, deep breath. We're going to find the biggest towel that we can. But in the meantime, back to the Call Sam Studios. Here's Mickey York.
All right, John, thank you very much. John Keating soaked head to toe, but the hairspray doing wonders. Still not a hair out of place on John Keating's head. Much more still to come from Minnesota tonight as the Tigers wrap up their 3rd straight Central Division crown. They get it done in 159 games. Better late than never. Mario Mpemba with the skipper, Jim Leland, coming up. More with Craig Monroe as well. We'll also check back in with Rod Allen and John Keating from the clubhouse as the celebration continues following Detroit's 1-0 victory over the Twins tonight. Tigers Live is coming up next.
Thanks. We're trying to find our way to Tigers president Dave Dombrowski, the architect of this team. And there he is. Well, stay with me. Dave, can we get you? All right, we're live here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
3 division titles in a row. Obviously, it's big for your team. It's big for your manager. How big is it for you as team president?
Well, it's huge for me, but it's huge for the organization from Mike Illich on down, and we're thankful for what he did for all of our fans. It's just great to be part of an organization that's had the success now that we've had, and we want to have a couple more steps, a few more steps, actually, but it's great for everybody involved.
One thing about your team, they do this pretty well. They've got this champagne thing down.
Well, they do. Now, I do want to, it's non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic, sure, absolutely.
So people are aware of that. But, yeah, they do it well, and I hope they can do it 3 more times, and they'll even be better by the time they're done.
All right, how was your heart rate as you were watching this game sort of cruise along at 1-0 with Max working his way into and out of trouble?
I'd say it was beating very strongly, very hard. It was one of those that kept you on the edge of the seat. We have trouble struggling to score runs lately, but you know, winning 1-0, you're never really expecting to do it, but it was great to do it, and our guys stepped up, bullpen stepped up at key times.
Is it a concern for you that runs haven't been as plentiful as you'd like lately?
Well, I mean, it's always a concern when you go up and down throughout a year, but I also know just like a few days ago we were talking about Austin Jackson struggling, and then he's been all of a sudden turned it around. So it can happen quickly in this game, and we have the type of players in which it can happen very quickly because we're talented.
Do you care who you play in the first round?
No, we'll probably start away would be my guess. It'd have to be really an upset to not start away, but it'll be Oakland, it'll be Boston, and whomever it is, we'll be ready.
All you know is that you're one of those teams, and at least right now, that's all you care about.
That's what we care about, and everybody's tough when you get to this point, and we know that. We've been there before. Guys are experienced, and we're looking forward to it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Dave Dombrowski, the architect of the team. Mario Mpemba just had a chance to spend a few minutes with Jim Leland, who, generally speaking, this is an emotional time for him as his team realizes a long-held goal, 3 consecutive division titles. Mario?
Well, Jim, congratulations. That makes 3 in a row now at Central Division titles. And sum up your emotions if you can. This is a special ball club that had to grind through another tough season. But as you look back on what you've accomplished now, something that hadn't been accomplished since the early 1900s, 3 in a row. What does it feel like?
Well, I think we talked in spring training. This was a tough year for the guys because the expectations were so high, and it was almost like we were set up to fail. And, from day 1 of spring training, I told them, don't get caught up in the expectations. Get caught up in how we're going to live up to those expectations. And I think that's what they've done. And I want to say thank you to our fans. I'm so proud of you for what you've done for our ball club and what you've done for me since I've been here. And I just hope that you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Because we try to entertain you. You keep coming out. I can't tell you what you mean to us. It's like a 6th man.
And there goes our lead in there. Cut short this year.
I got him out there. Sorry. Thank you. Hey, way to go, Mike. Way to go. Way to go.
Well, the skipper had to make his way into the clubhouse for a little champagne bath.
Right there.
And he's going to rejoin us here in a second. But that was one of the great scenes, I think, the fact that one of his players came in and actually brought him into the celebration, which obviously is something that Jim Leland deserves to be part of. And Skip, now that you've had a chance to dry off a little bit, you know, a lot of credit goes to a lot of people here, obviously from your owner to a great general manager to a great manager to the fans and players. So this is something, as you has always talked about, that the credit needs to be spread around among a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I think the most important thing is to remember our front office tonight, our scouts, people that have advanced people have done such a good job of preparing us for our opponents. Like I said, front office people, the interns that, you know, are so happy to work for the Tigers. And, you know, it's really a nice thing. You know, your front office, they never get any credit, but behind the scenes, they do a lot of work to make the operation run. And I'd like to thank all of them and all of our scouts, our minor league people. It's, you know, it's a nice marriage. It really is. And most of all those fans, they've been unbelievable for us, you know, so we appreciate it.
One of the incredible things about this team is the fact that you've gone an entire season now and you've only used 6 starting pitchers, that is, and it's amazing the workhorses you have on this team, really on both sides of the baseball, in your rotation and in your lineup.
Yeah, well, you know, I talk about in spring training all the time. Sometimes it's not, if you're the best rotation, sometimes you can keep them healthy. And we've been fortunate this year to keep them healthy. Our trainers do a great job. Our medical team does a great job. We've been fortunate enough to keep our pitchers out there, you know, time after time after time for the most part. We missed Sanchi a little bit one time, but like I said, it's not always the best staff, and I'm not sure we're not the best staff, but it's not always the best staff. Sometimes it's the healthiest. So we were fortunate. Well, I mean, I'm proud of a lot of things. The way the bullpen, we had to work hard to get the bullpen kind of in some kind of order. And I think what Hakeem Benoit did was just fantastic. I mean, we were hurt and we were struggling. Part of it was my fault. I really didn't have guys in roles for a while. It took time. But, you know, we finally got that in order. And here we are.
Give us a little bit of a glimpse of what it's like for a manager in a 1-0 game trying to clinch a division in the 9th inning. What was it like for you in the dugout in that 9th inning?
Well, you know, nobody made it easy on us, that's for sure. You know, you're guarding the lines. You know, if we could have got one more run, that changed a lot of things. You're off the lines, and you're not worried about a bunt necessarily if the right guy gets on, or a pinch run, steal on base maybe. So those are tough ones. And to be honest with you, you know, we haven't done a very good job in one-run games this year, and that part of that's my fault. Part of that's, you know, we haven't been able to get over the hump. But tonight we got the biggest one-run game of all, and that was a good one.
Jim, thanks for all you've done for us this year. Best of luck in the postseason.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, John Keating back here in the Tigers clubhouse with Anibal Sanchez, who is not only one of the best pitchers on the Tigers staff, one of the best pitchers in baseball this season. All right, you've been sort of standing back watching some of this. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm excited for my second opportunity on the playoff, especially with this team. You know, I'm just getting ready for the postseason. We're working for the whole year. Everybody working hard. Personally, like separate every pitcher, every hitter, every guy working like, you know, like the last game. And that's good because we finished strong.
How different is this feeling for you now, having had the experience last year?
Last year was amazing. I can't compare. You know, every year is different because last year it was my first chance in the playoff. Especially, you know, I tried to get some win for the team. I helped the team all the time when I was on the mound. And this year is different. We got a very good team. I'm healthy. I'm still healthy. And I'm ready for the playoff, and the guys too.
Were you motivated for this year based on the success that your team enjoyed last year, getting a chance to pitch in the World Series?
Like I told you, both might different, but this year we got more chance. We got more energy. You know, like last year, you know, we working through the end, try to make the playoff. I think we working like the last three games, something like that. We fighting a lot with White Sox this year. We tried to clinch for a while, but I'm here. That's the more important.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
There's Anibal Sanchez. He'll be a big part of what the Tigers get done in the postseason. Let's send it back to Mickey York now in our Call Sam studios as we take one of those big, deep breaths here in Minneapolis. Mick.
All right, John, thank you very much. Considerably drier here, as you can see. Still much more to come from Minnesota. The Tigers celebrate their third straight Central Division crown, but time for us to take a quick break. John Keating, who's with Tiger Andy Dirks. John?
This is why we love Andy Dirks. I mean, we're doing Anchorman mouth exercises, unique. Unique New York to get ready for this.
Got to get ready for it.
Your team is pretty good at this. I mean, this is what you play for, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting better at it. I think, this one is just as exciting as all the other ones we've done. We worked really hard this year and battled through a lot of adversity and showed the true character of this team.
But getting the final one, that's the goal. This is a pretty good party. The next few will be a pretty good party, but the last one is the one that you're
That's
playing.
right. You know, this is our third time, and third time's a charm. You know, I mean, first year we went ALCS, then the World Series, and our goal is obviously to win the World Series.
How tough can it be to repeat and to do it 3 times in a row to win a Central Division title? You know how tough this game is.
It's very tough. You know, you can't take the playoffs for granted. You got to play 162 games and play really good baseball throughout the whole regular season, and we accomplished that goal, and now we're going to move on to the next goal.
Have you done any standings checking to see who you might meet in the first round?
Well, we're pretty sure it'll be Oakland from what I've seen, but you never know. We'll see how it turns out in the end.
And if that's the case, what's the challenge of the A's? Their pitching staff is young and tough, and they like to run. They're pretty energetic.
They played good baseball all year. You know, they kind of had that magic season last year, and then they continued it this year, despite what a lot of people thought. And that shows that they're a legitimate team, you know. And we played them this regular season. They got a good squad. So, you know, the playoffs is all the best teams, so we're going to get out there and get after them.
All right, we'll look ahead on Sunday. Let's just enjoy the present tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, there's Andy Dirks headed back in with his teammates, most of whom have made their way out of the Tigers clubhouse. I'm thinking, Mick, showers are in order for lots of us before we get on a plane for 3 hours and head to Miami. It'll be an interesting collection of folks on the Tigers team playing tonight.
Well, that it will, and a collection of happy folks. John, thank you very much. Still much more, though, to come from Minnesota tonight. Our Central Division celebration is just getting started here. Coming up on Tigers Live, we'll bring you all the champagne-soaked interviews from the clubhouse. Victor Martinez on the way, more Torrey Hunter as well. Craig Monroe will join me as well, as we can finally turn our attention to the postseason. We're popping. Tigers Live is presented by Xfinity. Call 1-800-XFINITY today for a great offer.
Central Division title. And they will pour out of the field, clinching the division title tonight in Minneapolis.
The last division leader to clinch has done so. The Tigers are American League Central Division champions for the 3rd straight year. Hi again, everybody. Thank you for continuing the celebration with us here on Tigers Live alongside Craig Monroe. I'm Mickey York. Craig, it was a delayed gratification for the Tigers that they clinched a playoff berth last night, but didn't want to celebrate until the Central was won. Now that they've done that, they certainly feel like they have the right to cut loose, and as we have seen, they have in Minnesota.
They are definitely cutting loose. Mick, I have to tell you, though, there is nothing like it. The hard work and all the desire, like 25 guys having the same goal, the same desires, and that's to win the division and ultimately win the World Series. These guys are chapter 1. It's finally done.
That's right, as they have said, and that's been the theme of the night.
Yes.
Still work to be done. They haven't accomplished their goal yet, but they do become the first team to win 3 straight division crowns since, ironically, the Twins did so from 2002 to 2004. It's the first time the Tigers have won 3 straight division titles since 1907 to 1909, even before Craig Monroe was born. There is, though, that glaring omission, a World Series title, but clinching the division was the first item on their checklist, and Craig, in a lot of ways, the season really begins now for the Tigers.
Well, definitely. It's a new season now. The first season is over with, guys. I mean, they've got 3 days. They got tomorrow off, and they're going to have 3 days to go to Miami and just kind of relax and really focus on the things that they're going to have to work on to be better in the playoffs. I think the guys will do that. I actually had a good conversation with Torrey Hunter. That's the approach that the Tigers are going to take as a team. They are going to play those last couple games like it's the playoff to prepare, and I think they'll be ready to go, Mick.
They clinch with an off day looming tomorrow. You think that was by accident? That was fairly well thought out, wasn't it? All right. Let's show you how it happened. We'll get you to tonight's highlights, brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast. Max Scherzer started the night looking for his 21st win and hoping to cap that off with a division crown. The Tigers didn't waste any time getting a run on the board after an Austin Jackson leadoff triple. Torrey Hunter singles him home. 2 batters in, 1-0 Tigers, and looked like this was going to be an easy night. But still 1-0 in the 5th. Twins threatening with 2 on, 1 out. Scherzer gets Brian Dozier swinging, then Alex Avila guns down Pedro Flormon trying to steal 3rd. They strike him out, throw him out to end the 5th. Move ahead to the 7th. The Twins put 2 on again. Scherzer still in the game, and with pitch number 123, he gets Alex Presley to pop out to left. Scherzer goes 7 innings, strikes out 10, and even gets a hug from Justin Verlander after a job well done. To the 8th we go. The Twins get a pair on the base pass yet again. Deuce Smiley out of the bullpen, gets Hosmil Pinto looking at strike 3. Tigers hold on to that 1-0 lead. To the 9th we go. Joaquin Benoit for his 3rd straight save. Josh Willingham goes down swinging to end it, opening the door for the celebration to take place. Your Tigers, as they said on their T-shirts, own the Central. 1-0 the final. Just their 20th one-run win this season, but it does the trick to clinch the division title. Max Scherzer picks up his 21st victory of the season, strikes out 10 tonight. The Tigers struck out 13, now just 8 Ks away from breaking the Major League record for Ks in a season. Torrey Hunter drives in the game's only run and the game's winning run. And back in the clubhouse, Mario Pembo was able to catch up.
Thanks for bringing me over here. It's the first thing Torrey Hunter says to Dave Dombrowski, and obviously it was a huge move for the Detroit Tigers. And Torrey, thanks for bringing me over here. Let's think back to the offseason last year. You wanted to get to Detroit, and you felt this team could win. All of a sudden, this is probably what you were anticipating, wasn't it?
No, this is definitely what I anticipated. You know, I've been around the game a long time. I can kind of scout teams for myself, and I looked at the starting rotation. I saw that they needed a little right fielder, and so I called Dave Dombrowski. I said, hey, I want to play for you, and he was like, really? And we just right away we hit it off. I don't need much. It's not about the money. It's about winning, and that's what I want to do. And he knew that. He saw that. He heard that. Mr. I saw that, and right now that's why we're celebrating, because I got a fight in me. This is unbelievable.
You know, there's a perception sometimes that it's all about the money in baseball, but that is not always true with a lot of guys, especially with you. Talk about how important it is for you to get that championship before your playing days finally come to an end.
You know what? You just go play your game. Your value is what it is. You know, you play your game and have a passion to win. And but when you're young, you're trying to get a name for yourself. You're trying to do some things. But the older you get in this game, you know the real thing is to win and win championships and build relationships. And that's what I came to do. That's what I've been doing the last couple of years, trying to win. Your value is what it is. You know, it's no more, no less. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. Your numbers are what they are. But if you don't have a championship, what's the use?
You play with a lot of good teams. Obviously, this is a great team here in Detroit. What is the most special thing about this collection of players here in Detroit?
I mean, we got everything. You got an MVP. You got Verlander. You got Scherzer, who's 21-game winner. You got Annable, who's really good. You got on the offensive side, you got Prince Fielder, who's established, been in the game a while, and Miguel Cabrera, one of the best hitters on the planet. I mean, we got a little bit of everything, and I like this ball club. Iglesias just upgraded with that glove. That's unbelievable. It's probably one of the best gloves I've seen in a long time. So we got a little bit of everything we need to not only that, we got veteran presence. Guys who's not under pressure won't fold. We know what baseball is all about. We know we're going to go out there and we're going to play the game the right way. And there's going to be some failures, but we know how to bounce back really quick. That's why I love this ball club.
You still have some more games to play, don't you?
We got a lot of games to play, man. We got, I think, was it 10 wins? That's what we're trying to get, 10 wins. We got 10 more.
Congratulations, Torrey.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Torrey Hunter, what, he's 38 years old now. He jokes all the time he's 28, but he's still playing like it. And
yes.
Well, when you talk about the contributions he's made not only in the field but in that clubhouse, he's been extremely valuable to this ball club.
He really has, Mick. And I had a good conversation with him very early in the offseason. He called me up and he goes, I want to sign with the Tigers. I believe that's the best opportunity I have to win that World Series ring. And he asked me about the field and about the guys inside that clubhouse. And I told him that, T, you're going to absolutely love playing in Detroit because the fans, first of all, are the best in sports. For me, they love their Tigers. And I go, they're going to embrace you. Be yourself and go have fun. Playing with Leland will be the greatest thing you can do because he feels how he feels. He's one of those guys that plays with a lot of passion and a lot of desire. And we've seen what he's been able to do here lately with being in the clubhouse, being the leader. Now the things that he's been able to do on the field. This is a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I mean, he's been such a good fit here. It almost feels like he's been a Tiger longer than the one season that he's been here.
It really does, and I think he's taken the city by storm when you look at what he's been able to do off the field. I mean, besides what he's done on the field, we've seen what he's been able to do. He's solidified that #2 spot. He too, at the top of that lineup with Austin Jackson. They make this team go. When you see when they're doing their work at the top and getting on base, Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder are eating a lot of RBIs when those guys get on base.
He's been a tough out. He's had some clutch hits so far this season. He's going to be big in the postseason for the Tigers. All right, we're just getting going here on Tigers Live. Plenty more still to come from Minneapolis as they clinch the Central Division tonight. Much more celebrating to be done. We'll continue to bring you more from the Jubilant Clubhouse. It has to be especially sweet for Victor Martinez, who at this time last year had to watch the Tigers celebrate. Actually couldn't bear to watch, but comes back this year after a slow start, finally rounds into form, now hitting over .302. Helps the Tigers win this division and certainly figures to be a big part in what they do in the postseason.
Well, he was definitely a piece that they missed last year in the playoffs. He's a very clutch hitter. We've seen his approach at the plate. The guy has a solid approach from both sides of the plate. He drives balls the opposite way, stays inside the ball. He's one of those guys that you root for because of what he went through last year. And to come back and doing the things that he's done for this team this year, remarkable.
And Jim Leland's done a smart thing with him. He's given him a couple of games to catch behind the plate. Should the Tigers get to the World Series, and as Jim likes to say, that's putting the cart before the horse, that's one way they can keep his bat in the lineup. You got to figure he might catch a couple of games in those National League parks.
You know what? I think you're right, too, Mick. I think he's going to, well, Jim will have the luxury of having a guy that he can put it catcher if he needs to. And he also played a little bit of first base. I think he's a guy that's going to be a valuable part to what the Tigers are trying to do this year.
Maybe nobody enjoying the celebration more than Victor Martinez tonight. And we send you back in the clubhouse. He's with Mario and Pemba.
You are one of the veterans on this team. Torrey Hunter said just minutes ago that this team is not afraid. They've got enough veteran leadership to be able to get through the tough times. You've seen that this year. Now, how valuable is all the veterans on this team?
Oh, it's huge. And I think the most important thing, what it makes this team so dangerous, is that we had a combination with young guy with experience, and adding those veteran players like Torrey, already Miggy, Prince, JV. This is what it makes this team even dangerous.
When you were sitting on your couch last year, unable to play baseball, is this the moment you were waiting for?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it was really tough to watch it, and my family, my kids, they were supposed to be in Orlando right now, and we were working really hard to get it done at home. We couldn't get it, They had a doctor appointment this weekend, and I just see my son. I think he was more desperate than we were. He wants to be part of it, and I have to tell my wife that you have to come here and be part of it. And, it's just special. It's special. From last year to this year, it's something special.
Victor, this is incredible to be able to share this with your son. He's at the ballpark with you just about every day. What does that mean to you as a dad?
It means everything. Everything I do is around my family. And about him, it's just that I never had a chance to be with my dad around like that. I lost my dad when I was 7 years old, and just gonna spend the most time as I can with my kids because you just never know what's gonna happen.
Congratulations, Victor.
Yeah, you've seen little Victor celebrating in the clubhouse with the guys, and for those of you thinking, oh my gosh, they're spraying champagne on him, they're spraying sparkling grape juice. They're not going to waste the good stuff on the celebration, okay? So no worries there as far as little Victor is concerned. But, you know, you heard Victor talk about it. Torrey Hunter talked about it. That veteran leadership, that presence on this team. Really, how much does that mean at playoff time?
Mick, it's going to mean a lot. And the reason I say that is because Torrey is absolutely right. You're going to be tested, and there's a battle that you're going to have to deal with throughout this playoff. This will not be easy. Pitchers will be giving them their best of every pitch, really locked in, and hitters will have to do the same. So you have to have the ability to forget and also stay focused and not get overwhelmed when things don't go your way, because you will go through some ups and some downs, but you have to study the course. You have to continue to do that, and the veterans that they have in this clubhouse, they have been battle tested. I think they'll be able to get it done.
Not to bring up bad memories, but is that something you could have used more of in 2006? You were a fairly young team at the time.
You're absolutely right. We needed some more veteran guys that have been in the trenches, we call it, you know, been through it. And, you know, we made a few mistakes. Well, not a few. We made a lot of mistakes, and it actually cost us the World Series. So hopefully, with the veteran presence inside this clubhouse, these guys won't make the same mistakes that my team did in 2006.
All right, much more on the way from Minnesota as the champagne sprays in the Tigers clubhouse. Detroit, once again, home to the Central Division champions.
That have had to be parts of this team that really don't play every day. Matt Tuiasosopo in the first half of the season, you got a lot of playing time and provided Jim Leland with really a big punch off the bench. It's got to be great for you at this point in your career to get the opportunity you got this year and really to make the most of it.
I give God all the glory, and you know, this offseason going into this season, this is what I dreamed about. You know, I believed in my heart that you know, I could be a part of this ball club and help out. And so I'm thankful for the organization to give me that opportunity, and what a better group of guys to do it with. It's a lot of fun.
Jim Leland has said that you've been a part of this team all season long. You will get your opportunities down the stretch. He believes in you. Tell us about what it's like to play for Jim Leland.
Well, it's the best, and that's huge to hear that. I mean, you know, one of the most well-respected managers, one of the best managers in the game, and I've enjoyed playing for him. You know, like, again, thankful for the opportunities that he's given me, and I've just been thankful that I've been able to come through for him, you know, this year and help contribute.
Matt, has this season been kind of a vindication for you, because you've had some other opportunities in the major leagues with Seattle, but now you've gotten an extended stay. You stayed an entire season in the big leagues. Did you, in some ways, show that you can play this game?
Yeah, I mean, I've always believed that I could play. It's just a matter of someone giving me an opportunity, someone giving me a role. And I was thankful to be able to have this role, you know, come in and make sure, you know, I studied the left-hand pitchers, make sure I was ready to go whenever my name was called upon. And again, I just thank God for this year. It's been a fun ride, and it's just beginning.
Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's right. It is just beginning for the Tigers. Of course, you don't win a division title without contributions from all your guys throughout the season. Certainly, he was a pleasant surprise making the team out of spring training. Well, what a story for a guy that was soliciting teams to come to work for them during the offseason. And who knows what his role is going to be going forward, but he's a guy that always prides himself on being ready, and who knows, in a pinch hit situation, you never know when that opportunity might present itself.
Tuiasosopo is one of those guys, Mick, that you pull for. He, like you said, he made all the calls. He was trying to get an opportunity. And the one thing that you love about him is once he got the opportunity, he took full advantage of it. Every time Jim called his number, he was able to come through. He's, what, 6, 7 home runs. He's driven in some runs. And you got to also talk about the other guys. Don Kelly can do it all. You also got to talk about Ramon Santiago, the job that he's been able to do. When Infante was hurt, he played some second base. He's been playing shortstop, and he's also played some third base. And all of these guys, and let's not forget about Brian Pena. Alex Avila struggled early on in the season, but with Brian Pena behind the plate and also the way he swung the bat, you could have never told that these guys were going through as tough time that he was going through, because they were so good. You have to have every guy on that team contributing, and that's what the Tigers got all year long.
Yeah, you have your superstars, but you can't do it without those guys as well. All right, time for us to take another quick break here. Celebration continues from Minnesota. We'll bring you more from the clubhouse on the way. Jim Leland leading the Tigers to the postseason for the 4th time in 8 years. We'll hear from the skipper when we continue right after this.
Now that it's got them to clinch the division, the American League Central, like I said, I just believe that this team is built around pitching. They will get some timely hitting, but the bullpen will have to step up because the starters have been outstanding all season long.
Well, and the pitching, a big reason why the Tigers were a preseason favorite to go all the way this season and finally get that elusive World Series. But enough about that for now. The celebration continues in Minnesota as we send you back into the clubhouse to Rod Allen, who's with Don Kelly.
Hey, Don, it never gets old getting back to the postseason. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, 3 years in a row, and just this group of guys, you can see how much fun we're having. We've had fun all year, and just looking forward to the playoffs.
It seems like you have a team of guys that really check their egos at the door. You got a lot of superstars. You have some role players as yourself that do that all year. What does it mean to have a guy like Jim Leland to get you guys regular playing time?
Oh, it's awesome to go out there and compete.
What does it mean to have a manager like Jim Leland that trusts in all his players to give you guys every opportunity?
That's what it's all about. You see guys stepping up. Santiago stepped up this last month and a half, just going in there, competing, getting the job done. And everybody on the team has done it. It's a lot of fun. Everybody comes together. And it's a great group.
Enjoy yourself, Don.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, Keats.
All right, I'm with the winning pitcher. and probably the centerpiece of the celebration of the Tigers clubhouse, Max Scherzer, who ended up having All right, first, as we begin, the blue and the brown goggles live. That's a part of it.
That's
right?
a staple now.
Absolutely. All right, that is absolutely classic. All right, talk about your night tonight again.
Just never found good mechanics tonight. But given that, I thought I made big pitches when I needed to. Generate some strikeouts with men on base, and because I was able to keep them to no runs through 7 innings. And it's just fun whenever you have a chance to do this.
All right, I don't have to tell you. Go back in there and have some fun. Congratulations.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Those got to be the best goggles in the room tonight. And Max Scherzer, on the strength of his 21st win of the season, takes home 72% of the vote. He's the Tigers' McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the new Mighty Wings. His 8th start this season with at least 10 strikeouts. Great job by Max, as usual. The best and worst start of the season is what he called it, after also walking a season-high 6. But the victory is the thing. And the Tigers clinch the Central Division behind that victory. Thanks for playing. Be sure to check your text response for a special offer from McDonald's. All right, well, in case you missed it earlier, Mario.